All right, guys. So, Team Matrix. Pros and cons. Pros and cons. I always like to start with the negative and get that out and finish on a positive note. So, cons of the team. It takes work. It's not so much privileged as some other dominant top tier teams. Cyclops assist can get a little tricky to convert off of sometimes. The assist does hit inconsistent. In terms of just raw damage output, you don't have that raw damage output, so you have to go and make your own damage. So this type of team, you're gonna have to like attribute a lot of different skills and personal attributes to really make the team work. But when those are acquired, Team Matrix can definitely hang with any team in the game, without a doubt. It's just work. It's just work if you don't mind doing it. Other negatives, it's a very point heavy team. Very point heavy team. This team, the whole focus and MO is winning the point war. You have to win the point war with this team or you're gonna have a hard time. Not a lot of comeback factor. You can get creative, you can get tricky, and there's some things you can do that might not work all the time, but it'll catch people off guard the first few times to make comebacks. But just in general, this team is not based on comeback factors. Very top heavy. It's a Storm based team. Sentinel's not a powerhouse on this team. He's okay, but he's not a powerhouse. Storm is definitely a powerhouse on this team though. So the pros of this team, well, first of all, number one pro of playing Cyclops, you do have a benefit of unfamiliarity. Not a lot of people play against Cyclops teams on a consistent basis, so there's a good chance that not a lot of people are gonna know how to fight him properly. So you can definitely get away with Cyclops assist a little due to unfamiliarity, and people don't understand how to fight him. People are gonna find him annoying because they don't really understand how to fight him. And even if they do understand how to fight him, because a lot of people don't pick him and you're not fighting it on a regular basis, it's gonna be hard for you to develop those habits that you need to beat him consistently. So that you definitely have working in your favor. Another con, this team Storm is ridiculous on this team. So Storm has no bad matchups on this team. Storm, she has the tools to deal with any matchup in the game. With her having drones and her having Psych, she has the tools to deal with anything. She's a queen on this team. This team and Storm Set Cable probably arguably her two best teams. Storm Set Cable has the advantage when it comes to running away. I think this team has the advantage when it comes to rushing down. So I think these are the two best Storm teams in the game. Hold on one second. Let me put you guys up here too. I can see. Okay. So she has all the tools necessary. Now, I said that it's a very top heavy team, right? And it's about winning the point war. Well, the good thing with this team is she has all the tools necessary to award the team the lead that it needs to be successful. So I said this team is top heavy and it's really point heavy, and this team definitely shines when it has a lead. So you want to establish that early lead as soon as possible. That should be your whole goal playing this team, is to get the early lead, because when you have After you DAC, you're gonna have Disorder. All right, so you got Sense Psych Storm. Now, Sense Psych is not a shell for going out there and just making comebacks because of the low damage output. You have some things you can do. It's possible, but it's not easy. So Sense Psych shines where it gets to play conservative and defensive, because you got to come get it. You know, Sentinel's flying back and you finally get in, and then he has Cyclops to get you off or push you away. You know, that's an obstacle that you have to deal with. So this is where Sense Psych shines, when it has a lead and it gets to play conservative and defensive, and it gets to wear you down. Wear you down. So then you can play Sentinel Cyclops comfortably, because if you don't have a lead, Sense Psych is going to get ran from, because, you know, there's no air support there. Sense Psych can still run into assists if you have to go and go get your life lead back. If you have to go and fight somebody that's playing defensive, you know, you're running the risk of getting hit or anything like that. And it, you know, you just don't have access to like damaging fly combos. You know, you're forced to do a lot of like air resets, which we'll address later on. So you're gonna have to get intricate with the unit. So it's best to play Sense Psych when it's comfortable. So fortunately, Storm has everything she needs to make that happen. So another benefit, this team is very versatile. It can run away. It still controls some space. Doesn't have the same level of space control as Commando. No doubt Sunny Knight doesn't have the same space control as Commando, but it still does have some space control. The Cyclops assist, and how much pushback it has. See how much space that just generated? It's a gift and a curse. It's definitely a gift and a curse. Because when you're rushing down, you don't want that. You know, too much space, but you can still get there. But it definitely gives you some space from like Magneto team, stuff like that. All right. What's up, Jason? So like I said, she has everything she needs to get you the lead. So let's go over the individual characters first, and then we'll talk about using them as a unit. Okay. Storm, terrific character, best character in the game arguably. Very good buttons for zoning, 3-frame crouching short. I want to say 3-frame crouching jab also. 3-frame air short. This is one of her go-to buttons in the air. Definitely links to her lightning attack supers in the air, and great for jumping at opponents or stopping people from jumping at you. Her jump roundhouse is terrific. Very good spacing. Let me show you how the range of the jump roundhouse. See the range? So definitely a good go-to button to air people and space with zoning. But when you use stuff like that, when you call drones and force people to go to the sky and meet them with a roundhouse, that keeps them in check, you know what I mean? So those are buttons that you want to use a lot. Surprisingly, her Air Fierce also has a pretty good horizontal hitbox. So it's not bad either. It's just slower than the roundhouse. Her air roundhouse also has good spacing for triangle jump roundhouse. If I get it out. See how far that is? So far. Wow. And it has a lot of block stun. Triangle jumping with her. Triangle jump short is the go-to. If you guys want a more like beginner side of Storm, there's definitely some footage out there I can link you to. So she can triangle jump with 1 overhead, 2 overheads, or 3. If you're relatively new in here, you do that by, after you triangle jump, then you float so you can throw more attacks. She has a float. When you super jump, you hold up, she floats and slows her descent so you can get in more attacks. All right. Her Hailstorm super is her main tool of chipping and wearing down. Full screen super does some good chip damage also, so you'll see people doing that a lot. You'll get random damage on it, random chip. See, that was good chip right there. You'll see people doing Typhoon Hail. All right, so she also has something that's called, oh, let me show you how the super. It's her air combo to super. That's her lightning attack super. 2 is the go-to. It's possible to do 3, but it's not very practical. It's pretty hard. I've seen it with certain setups, but you know, just always confirm with 2. And another rule of thumb, whenever you're sniping out people with an air lightning attack, always make the second one go up forward. That one will hit the most consistently. Sometimes if you go up, down, forward, or up, or something like that, sometimes it might miss. So always finish the second one with an up forward lightning attack. Storm's throws. Let me show you the bar. All right. So she gives the opponent just as much bar when she grabs them. So if you look at my bars, her grabs give you a lot of bar. That's her fierce grab. She doesn't get anything off it unless you use an assist. And her roundhouse grab doesn't cause a knockdown. It's a quick grab. I'll show some purposes with the shells. She does have two versions of her launcher. This is standing roundhouse. Well, she has 4 launchers technically. She has standing roundhouse, down fierce, down roundhouse, and down forward roundhouse. All right, so her standing roundhouse has great range. Let me take him off for auto guard. That's just naturally how I practice with auto guard on. The down forward launcher is a little faster, but the hitbox has less horizontal range on it. This is down forward launcher. Yeah, Dentron, this we can put on YouTube. So this is down forward launch. This is regular launch. Down forward launch is a frame faster, I believe. Down fierce is great if people are coming directly down, but just be wary. You know, if people are coming straight down, it's good. But sometimes people will come down like this, and you know it'll whiff or fall to the other side. But this is good because it can also launch limbs. So if somebody's like spaced out and they're hitting a button, you can definitely launch their limb. Down roundhouse is the furthest of her launchers. Sometimes you have to use this in certain situations when, let me see if I can replicate it. That should reach. Okay. All right, see how the standing roundhouse is whipping? The down roundhouse will hit, but when it's that far, you have to super jump and air dash up forward. So down roundhouse is excellent for extra spacing. Works really good with psych, but I'll get to that. Okay, so Storm's knockdowns. So the fierce will always leave you close. It's not just Storm, just in general. And roundhouse will make you have a screen scrolling. So when you're doing your air combos, it's good to be wary of where you want to put the opponent. If you want to lead them to the corner, you can use roundhouse. But if you're mid screen like this and you want to go for more oki, it might be better to finish with the fierce. So that I was just doing normal. You can also do it with dashing. That's much better. I'm doing short jab, short dash forward fierce, and it puts you in a prime position for mix-ups. Okay. Anything else with her through her basics? Modified dash. Okay, so Storm can do something it's called modified dash, but I feel like it should just be called like momentum cancel or flow cancel, whatever. That's the best way to describe it. So when you super jump, let's bring in a big body. Bring in Senton now. Okay, so when you super jump and you push a button, you see how you have your descent automatically. Let's stand this big guy up. All right. Now, only thing is when you super jump, you can't call an assist. Should you dash after every jump, fierce, or roundhouse? What do you mean? Yeah, Dentron, I'm doing short jab, short, air dash, then fierce. So when you super jump, but you can't call assist. Now, when you normal jump, you see that your momentum carries over, and then you can get punished because you're in normal jump mode. But the benefit is you can call an assist at any given time because you're normal jumping. Like the fierce hits jumping in. Or the roundhouse. Should I dash up short on the ground? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you should always dash in after it. If you just get one of these, yeah, you should definitely dash in. Unless you're just gonna do a roundhouse, which will reach. So now the modified dash is when you can tap up and any button you choose when you normal jump, air dash forward, or even, let me see. Yeah, I think it's just with oh no, yeah, it's with anything. Okay, so when you normal jump and dash in any direction, you tap up, not hold, you tap up and tap the button, and she'll have a fast descent. So you can tap up at any given time during it. See that? That's immediately. I'm gonna let the fierce linger first, and you're canceling your float. See that? That time I tapped up during the roundhouse. Such a great tool because it allows you to normal jump out of some situations and then just apply offense. All right, so that's modified dash. I did triangle jumping. Just trying to breeze through this really quick. Sentinel. Okay, Sentinel, long range defensive character. Let's bring in Maggie. Sentinel has standing fierce. His spit's a full screen projectile. So Sentinel's moves have a lot of recovery, but you cancel the recovery by canceling these moves into flight. Down spit is faster. Standing spit is slower, but it can clip people jumping sometimes. But whatever you're doing, you make sure you cancel into flight. So thing with Sentinel moving, walks slow, yeah. You don't want to be walking with this character. His dash is pretty good. Forward dash, back dash, but it's flight. He flies almost as fast as Magneto and Storm dash. Air dash. Boom, 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 boom. When he's flying straight forward, up and down, he can fly 8 ways. So this in turn makes this character very, very cheap because he hits hard, has long range like a traditional big body, but he's also mobile. This robot is armed. This robot is mobile. So everything is revolved around him flying around. You can cancel normals into flight to make things that are normally not safe and apply more pressure. Like look at the range. Such good range, such good spacing. He has very good hitboxes on his normals. Hey, what's up, Dave? Flight will last a nice amount of time if you're not doing anything. I can't remember exactly how many frames it'll last for, but it'll last. But it doesn't matter because you can just reactivate it and it'll start over. So I'm not gonna go too much on the beginner side of things. I'm just kind of breezing through. I'll definitely link you if you need some more beginner stuff with these characters individually. Um, like look how much damage that air combo does. Canceling the rocket punch and causes flying screen. So much damage. This character has super armor. Yeah, he's cheap. Cheap. Well, now, one of my favorite characters, Cyclops. So, if you're playing Team Matrix, it is a necessity that you learn how to use this character on point. It is a necessity. Team Matrix is not a 3-character team. It's more of like a 2.5. Cyclops can definitely hold his own when he's in a match with some assists. He's not gonna just straight dominate, but he can hold his own and he can build meter and he can stall. He can definitely stall. His fastest way to build meter is just mash this roundhouse button. See the 2 hits? He can also, this is like his best button in the air, his jump roundhouse. Great for jumping up at people, great for spacing. Great for building meter. He has a double jump, so he can be rather annoying when he's on point in a match. He's stalling out, building meter. His normals are pretty freaking good. His standing jab is not a normal I use too much in neutral. I more use it to stop people from jumping. If I'm trying to, just pin him down. His standing short is his go-to button when fighting against like Pixies, Magneto, Storm, Cable. This button is OD. Look at the range on it. It's a standing short. Terrific range. This button is 3 frames also. So that's extremely fast. It's the same speed as Cable's jab, but has more range. Storm's crouching short. If Magneto's dashing in, you can react and push standing short. It's a great footsie tool. Like if you just dashing in, dashing out, and then you just dash up with a max distance. Standing short. I'm doing short, Cyclone Click, super. Super Optic Blast, pretty good damage. Tracking super. You can wiggle it around. Let's get some more. Let's build bar. All right. Cyclops' down roundhouse also has very good range. Nice low profile. That's a good move to use against Sentinel. Sweep him right off his feet in one hit. You don't got to do it with super armor. Cyclone Click, a good move if you make the read. It goes over low attacks. Very good hit stun. Hit confirmable. You can do it in some Mega Optic Blast also, but one hit. His fierces, he has 1-button fireballs, very good for zoning and spacing, and to try and dictate what you want your opponent to do. You want to make them go to the sky. It does pretty good damage too, as you see. Bang. These are pretty annoying. Only thing is you can't cancel those. The sweep? You talk about Cyclops the sweep, Jason? In a ground scramble, I don't know. You would figure they'd want to scramble with a different button. I mean, I guess because it's gonna low profile like drones and assists and everything like that. His crouching short has very good range too. It's not the fastest, but it has good range too. But I'd much rather use the standing short because it's faster. And you know, yeah, this is a low, but because he doesn't have an overhead, there's no reason to stand block against Psych, so I might as well use the faster button. The crouching jab, that I think that's the button I use the least. I really haven't found too much purpose for it. This elbow here, this crouching strong is real good. It's neutral on block and plus on hit. You can link. See, I'm linking a standing short with that. So I'll like apply pressure by going elbow into that after I get push blocked. So keep them stuck there for a little bit. So he has quite a few normals in the air. This is his jump light, neutral light. This is his down light. Not a bad button if you space it out when people are jumping at you. You can deck them before they get to you. Put them on super jump. So a good thing about Cyclops, so his buttons are active. Look how long that button is staying out there. I'm throwing it early. His buttons are active. So his jump jab, I don't use that very often either. When I jump at people, I much prefer to use jump fierce. Really good hitbox, good damage, or jump roundhouse. Jump roundhouse is I believe 5 frames. For a roundhouse, that's terrific. It's the same amount of frames as Sentinel's jump short, and we know how good his jump short is. So this button is extremely fast. It catches Magneto Storm when they try to air dash down forward. You can jump up forward with it and deck them if they try and do stuff like this. When they try to do that, you can jump roundhouse them like a flash kick. Somersault. His jump, like I said, jump fierce is really good. It's good on a same horizontal plane. As you can see how active it is. Great for air to airing. His down fierce is also extremely good. So this can actually like whiff punish a lot of launchers, like mainly Psylocke. If Psylocke just down fierce, Cyclops can throw an early down fierce and hit her limb. What up, CYF? His air down roundhouse is also good. All these buttons are really active. Great hitboxes. Definitely crosses up too. Hits all types of messed up. His normals are godlike. Now, the jump short, the purpose I like for it is it crosses up, it hits from behind. See that? So, you know, if you're in a ROM or something like that and Magneto's going for like a little reset, sometimes you can try to time an air short when he goes for his reset, and it'll cover both sides for you. All depending on what type of reset they do. So, okay, I think that's Cyclops' normals. I cover that. The supers. His grabs. Okay, that's his fierce grab. I don't use it much. You don't get nothing off of it. I mean, you see the damage. His roundhouse grab. You can use this to grab into some assists. The scissor kick grab, we'll address that later on when we're talking about duos. This is inputted by this character is mainly to annoy people and stall out and build meter. Yes. This is inputted by down, back, and roundhouse. And then what I do love about this character, he has a command grab. It is a half circle back and punch. That's a command grab. You can aim it in 3 directions. Up forward, up, or up back. And then he has this. The Kill Sage, thank you so much for the raid, my brother. Thank you so much. He has the running tackle grab. So this is charging, charge back, and then forward, and any kick button. So he should get a combo for this because it's not a command. It's not a. I mean, it's a command grab, but he gets nothing for it. And like, it's best used when it comes out by accident. Like he should get a launch right there. That'd be godlike. Why does he yell like that, Potter? Oh, and I forgot about his launchers. This right here, this is booty. I don't use it at all. That's down forward launch. You can chain into it. This launcher's got like, this button here is 2 frames. That's extremely fast, especially for a launch. Only gonna get beat out by Magneto's freaking crouching short. It's a great anti-air when people are coming out the sky. It has cross-up potential. It can be pretty ambiguous. Especially on Sentinel when he's coming in. If you get the right position, it's really hard to beat this launcher out. Okay, that's for his normals. Cyclops has normal health, so you don't have to worry about him bleeding and stuff like that. Now, so like I said, this character's gonna do a lot of damage when he hits you. Like you can combo his stand around house is, I forgot to stand around house. This button is extremely good too. It can anti-air sometimes, but that wouldn't be the go-to for the anti-air. You can dash in on grounded opponents. We call it the Summers Family Roundhouse. Get a lot of damage right there. So when I said you should definitely learn this character if you want to play Team Matrix, it's definitely a must, because now the benefit to him is he also has an infinite. It's not easy. You're gonna have to grind and really practice it if you want to be able to do it consistently. I still have to train with it more. I don't have it like on call. I can do it, but not as consistently as I want to. But it's definitely possible. That's his double jump infinite. He also has a super jump infinite. Who figured that infinite out? I want to say I first seen it. I don't know if this person figured it out. I first seen it from Julius Jackson. I don't know who first figured it out though. What's up, Kazuki? I first seen it from Julius Jackson. Yeah. He had the super jump infinite I seen from Killer Kelly, which I'm gonna attempt now. I don't really practice that one too much. Yeah, that was a little difficult, but that one's swaggy. That one's swaggy. That one looks good. So off of the regular infinite, it's possible to combo into his supers. You gotta do it faster than that. You can also combo to super optic glass. He said doing karate. I've been good, brother. How you been? Bill, it's easier when you get it going. It's easier when you get it going, you know? But it's getting it going, and I think it's a little difficult on regular smaller characters. And the thing with the double jump one, because there's so many hits per rep, you'll need about 3 of them to complete the infinite. You can go from double jump infinite to the super jump one. I don't think you can go back though. Nah, because you'd have to. Well, no. I don't think so. You can go from double jump to super jump one. Yeah, you can go from double jump to super jump. Okay, that's what's up, Kazuki. He also has this one. This one will work on everyone, but it's difficult. So what it requires is you super jumping after your launch, and then you're canceling your super jump with a double jump quickly. See that? These are hard. These are difficult to do on a regular character. That was a little hard to keep up on a regular character. To me, the infinite on Sentinel. Talk about his double jump tactics. Super good against Cable. Potter's trolling. So to me, the infinite on Sentinel is easier than on regular characters because the button sequence is easy. You just got to get the double jump part out. He's so big. That one I'm literally doing jab, then I'm holding down and doing short jab, launch, jab, short jab, launch. So that one seems easier on. It's great that he has that on Sentinel. You know, that one is easier than doing the regular one. So like I said, that one is just you have to cancel your super jump with a double jump. And how I do that is like after a launch, you know how you just hold up to pursue them after a launch. I just hold up and then I input a super jump motion. So I just hold up and then I input a super jump motion. I mean, if I'll go into more that if you really need help with this Infinite, you can hit me up directly and I'll go more into that. But I just wanted to show you what he does individually. All right, so once you know what these characters can do individually, now let's talk about dynamics with the team in general. So like I said, it's based on getting the lead, and the tool she has is to enable her to get off the DAC. So a lot, you know, you want to start the match, you want to build bar, super jump fierce, dash down fierce. One of the best ways to build bar and still size people up and keep people guessing what you're gonna do. So she can play footsies, normals that lead into a DAC. She can air to air that can lead into the DAC. She can raw lightning attack that can lead into a DAC. And then she has the benefit of a raw Gene Spice hit that'll lead into the DAC. So everything the team has for her is to enable her to get her DAC off, and you want to get the DAC off because you want to get the lead, so you can play Sense Sight comfortably. So you definitely want to explore all options to get your DAC off, because like I said, Storm she's a queen on this team. She's OD. She doesn't have any bad fights. She might have some fights that'll work, but they're not bad because she can always get her DAC off. She has the tools necessary to do so. She has drones, space controlling, locking down, applying offense. Drone assist is too good, probably the best assist in the game. Now, she can run away on this team, and like I showed you before with the pushback on Gene Splice. See, it gives her some space. And she can proceed to run away. And a bad thing about Gene Splice is this, right? When you call him, look how far he is. He's like right in front of her character and just waiting to get punished. So fortunately, she can back it up with a Typhoon Hail, so they can't just go for a free punish, or a free hard punish at least. All right. And obviously another way to get the DAC off, because that's your primary goal, is you can go on the attack. So you want to always start your offense with Cyclops with crouching short, standing short. You can also use crouching jab. Like if you're fighting against Jones and Jones is coming, it's probably better to use crouching jab because she ducks and she low profiles them. Whereas standing short, she's standing up, so she's more likely to get hit by them. But you want to start with short, right? Now you want to call Cyclops on the first short. You can call him on the second, and I'm going to show you applications about that later. But you want to call him on the first short, so you can confirm a hit into a DAC. Now if they block it, you're plus here. You're still at a frame advantage, so you can go for a mix-up. So you can go low, or you can triangle jump, and they have to take that. And remember, I showed you her triangle jumps earlier. See, that was a double overhead. You can go single. So great for applying pressure and maintaining pressure. When she has her opponent in the corner, this is where she's most deadly, and this is where Cyclops is most effective with Scent Psych, Storm Psych. When you have your opponent in the corner, when you have them in the corner, you can really take a lot of opportunities to get them, to lock them in and mix them up and open them up to do what? Land a DAC. You can call Psych late and still maintain your turn, as long as you don't get JF like I just did. Good spacing here. Down roundhouse into cycle work, so you can do down roundhouse hailstorm. That works everywhere. So the damage is gonna come from DACing. So only the bad thing about Psych is, one of the bad things is he does cause damage scaling because it's 3 hits, so you're not gonna get a lot of damage. And if you get a short Psych attack, and even if you do the optimal combo, you probably won't kill. But if you have another meter, you can use another meter, but they'll still be crippled, and it'll be time for them to get out, and you still have your lead. If you land a hit without using Gene Splice, you get access to the Scent Sight combo. And that'll do some really good damage. That's launch. You call Psych right after the launch. Fierce. Wait a little bit. Roundhouse. Rocket Punch. That's really good damage. Grabs. Storm can grab into drones. That's Fierce grab into drones, at which she can get a combo. She can, in the corner, she can grab into Psych also. And mid-screen, she can grab into Psych, and you can get a conversion. You back throw. So that's another way you can get the DAC off. So let me tell you guys something about Psych, right? So Cyclops, he's 3 hits. Now on a crouching character, if you duck him, he's only gonna hit once. So the key to unlocking like a lot of his block stun is to find a way to make people stand block the site. So if they stand block the psych, it's gonna be multiple hits. He's always gonna duck like that. Let me just stand him up. Stand him up. So when they stand block psych, it's 2 hits, so they're locked in more. So setups like that, call Cyclops triangle jump, and then you got a nice amount of time for some good mix. Okay, so Sentinel will always take 2 hits at least, even if he's ducking, I believe. So remember, I was talking about the modified dash earlier. You can do modified dash called Cyclops. So modified dash psych is really good, especially against Scent, because it's definitely gonna lock him in because of how much block stun the Gene Spice has, especially against him. A lot of times I'll use, well, Storm players in general, they'll use standing jab against Sentinel as opposed to crouching short, standing short, because Sentinel has super armor, so he can jump out, but this will stop him from jumping more. So she has a lot of tools to work with on this team, and you know, definitely enables her to get what she needs to get off. Scent Psych is okay. It's not Scent Cap, it's not Scent Magneto, but it's more based off of causing flying screens. So when you get a Gene Spice hit, you want to do you don't want to go for a fly combo unless you're gonna go for like a mix, or if you just need damage. But it's much better to go for a flying screen because you want to push your opponent to the corner, and once you push your opponent to the corner, that's where Scent Psych is good. Ooh, I gotta warm those up. You can really lock them in and get your shit off in the corner, going for mix-up stomp patterns with Gene Spice. You have to take a lot of that. Standing jab plus psych is a block string, so you get a mix after that. You can go high, low, instant overhead, normal jump high. Oh, let me warm this up. You can, since I can grab in the corner. Flying screens leading to unblockables. So that's where you want to be when you're playing Sense Like. You want to have your opponent in the corner, because once you're like at this range, it's kind of like your canvas. You can react to what they do, kind of called psych. Sense Like is good in the corner. Mid screen, meh. Now, if you want to go for a fly combo, you can get a double rocket punch combo. But it's a little wonky. Things happen, and sometimes you can get 3 rocket punches. Oh yeah, I'm at the typewriter. Bill. Yeah, sometimes you get the 3 rocket punches, and that's good damage. Doesn't always connect though. It's inconsistent. It's inconsistent. So I don't reckon going for it often. I would reckon going for it when you really need that damage. Oh, you get this sometimes too. Oh, hold on, I pushed him at the wrong time. You get that sometimes. That's really screen dependent. But if you're gonna go for that, I would reckon not doing a rocket punch, because if it whiffs, you might get punished. I'd much rather go like this and just go for that. See how that just happened? If someone raw tags on you and you don't have bar, I would reckon going for the Cyclops combo I showed earlier. Great damage into a flying screen. So, why do we want to cause flying screens so much? Well, because you get mix. And with Typhoon, you get safe mix. Alright, so after flying screen, you can call Typhoon and you can go low, or you can call Typhoon and you can go high. And you'll get hit by an anti-air, but the Typhoon will keep them in so you won't get punished for it. So you get a nice safe mix, and they can't jump out. No jumping. No jumping. No jump, sir. Oops. So that's why you want to cause flying screens with Sense Psych, because you're not going to be making your damage on like traditional fly combos. Now, if you get raw psych hits, same thing. But the truly optimal thing to do there, and I've been trying to remember to try and implement this, as good damage and still a flying screen. That's a truly optimal thing to do. You don't have to do short, you can just do one short. Sensei has some pretty good ground mixer potential too. So if you know they're gonna mash, you can launch. Chill, Scoopington. You have to watch the vibe, brother. Or you can go for a mix. My hands ain't doodle. So you can choose the side you want to be on. Those type of mixes, you know, are more based off of conditioning. You know, if you want to condition them to not hit buttons, then you can get that off. If you know they're gonna hit buttons, you can get away with launching them, or you can do a super. Oops. And you catch them with that too. Yeah, I got the auto guard on. Ape Disciple, absolutely, no problem. Oh, let me show you. I forgot the other mix up in the corner. So like I said, standing jab plus psych is a block string. It's a true block string. You can do that, fly and go low, which is really good. Yeah, sounds like has some stuff. Like I said, it's work, and it requires, you know, hands, and it requires situation and awareness. You know, you're not gonna just have random benefits. But Scent Typhoon is very good also. It's good for taking advantage of his long range pokes and putting some wear down, some extra wear down. You know, if you're zoning out, you call her back here, so she's in a relatively safe spot, and then you get relatively safe pokes. Typhoon, you can grab into Typhoon mid-screen, get a combo. Into flying screen, and then you get mix after that. Mr. Friday, thank you so much for the sub. I really enjoyed Scent Typhoon. Lightning Attack is also extremely good. I think Lightning Attack is probably the better assist if you're gonna put Sentinel on point, because Sentinel really has some real cheeky stuff with the Lightning Attack. Chaos uses it, and he has some really good stuff. So other things that I'm even trying to more implement into my game are air grab resets that Ken does. You can get that. I think it's screen. Easier on Sentinel. So those are pretty good. Sentinel, so Ken also has like side switch stuff. I haven't practiced that too much. So that's some really good stuff that has to be implemented. So here's a downside thing, or just something to really keep in mind with Scent Psych. Something that I don't like, but it just is what it is. Okay, let me just put him on auto guard. All guard, I mean. So if you're trying to place Sentinel at an optimal spacing, you know, you want to be in max distance of his shorts and fierces. The roundhouse, you got to be a little closer, and the jab, you have to be closer. But from this range, you know, Sentinel can swing with impunity unless they have side blade. Commando will hit you, and you know, you'll take some damage, but you know, you won't get combo from it. But you want to really play him at a nice max range. But this is not optimal for with Cyclops assist, because he'll reach, but he's just grazing. So you're not, and there's a gap there. See that right there? So here's the thing about Psych, right? This first hit is the hit that's invincible. The hits after that are not invincible. The first hit is invincible. And look how close the first hit hits. So you have to be much closer to the opponent to be able to utilize it effectively, and you know, to be able to utilize all of his hits for block stun. From back here, he's gonna miss, or he's gonna hit one time. So if you're trying to use his jabs for pressure, that'll keep you in much better range. See how much block stun he's in there? Now you can really get some mix in. He had to take all of that. See, like max distance, you got to be in closer. So it's just something to think about. So if you're doing like refly pressure into a last one with sight, you'll have to be in a little closer. Yeah, the jab just works out better, but then it puts you in at a risk. Oh yeah, I like the colors, yeah. So that's just something to consider with Psych. Traditionally, when you're fighting pixie characters like Magneto Storm, you probably want to stay low to the ground when you're fighting them, because this is where your Gene Spice is going to be the most effective and allow you escapes, especially from Mag, like a poke, and then like just to give yourself some space. So what I try to do, the idea is I want to really just wear him down with my normals at a nice range. And if Magneto breaks that bubble, which he will, he's always going to get in. Now this is where I'd want to use Gene Splice, and if he hits, that's a bonus, I get a combo. But if not, I want to try to use that as my escape, and then proceed to be back here. From these ranges, it's better to use Typhoon. Abraham Sotelo, Neo, what up? It is very tedious to use. I will not ever tell anyone it's not work. It is definitely. Yo, Dave, thank you so much for the Prime subscription, my brother. 5 months. Appreciate you. Oh, Jeff is always invited to the party. Jeff is always invited. He be out there. Jeff is a party crasher. I don't know if y'all know who Jeff is. Jeff is my man JF. You know when you're trying to triangle jump and you get JF, jump fierce? That's Jeff. Jeff be crashing parties. You be trying to triangle, you get JF. JR be out there sometimes too. You get jump roundhouse, he be out there. And the ever so elusive, but the worst, my man Ty. Yo, Ty? Woo! When you try to freaking super jump short and you get, ooh, Ty. You get Typhoon. Yes. When Ty shows up, all hell breaks loose. God damn you, Ty. So we got Jeff. We got JR. Oh, we got JJ. But we don't get not too many JJs though. You got JJ. We got SJF right here. See when you're trying to build meter and you miss that dash. Oh yeah, that's SJF. That's Jeff Senior. Super jump, super jump fierce. That's the worst. Oh yeah. Oh, you see the SJJ? Super Jeff. So you know you want to work on your execution so you don't have a lot of uninvited guests to your party. Do enjoy your party, Mr. Wick. Oh, you see JJ? See the JJ? Right there. I tried to triangle jump. They out there. You don't want no party crashers. So there's a lot of ways that you can play this team. It's versatile, right? You can play really conservative and defensive, and you know you can stay in the sky and have success. Like Justin, he's terrific at playing conservative and slowing the pace down of the game and really controlling the match and playing the team defensively. Justin played Roundhouse and beat him by and only triangle jumped once. Oh yeah, they call him the Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga. So yeah, Justin triangle jumped Roundhouse only one time and he was still able to win. So that goes to show you can play the team real footsie based, conservative, and wear down heavy. Oh, JJ. See JJ out there? Or you can play the team in a rushdown way, which is more fun to me. But the team is best played, in my opinion, as a hybrid. All depending on what you're playing, because you're fighting MSP, you know, you're not going to be wanting to rush down. You're going to have to pick your spots, but you do have the option to play defensive against MSP. Which, if you're playing against Santhrax, you can still play defensive, and you want to probably focus more on the wear down, but you do have the option to rush down if your execution is tight and you're not getting hit by cap. If you're not getting hit by cap, you can definitely rush Santhrax down, especially since the consequence of getting hit by Commando is going to be damage. So you can take a few more risks to get the DAC off. Against teams with Cable on it, you really want to try and save Storm for Cable. If he's second, you know, if possible, you want to try and win the point war without DACing. So then you're gonna have to really be optimal with your hits there and try to save the DAC for Cable. So you'll have to play a more mix-up friendly style with Storm instead of just going for the DAC. Wow. Okay, there we go. Damn. Oh. So let's talk mix. Remember I told you the both different types of knockdowns. You have dash forward fierce, put you right there. and dash for a roundhouse. Push the opponent further away, more towards going towards the corner. So when do you use what, right? Well, if you want to push them to the corner, you would use jump roundhouse instead of the fierce. So doing jump fierce gives you access to more mix-ups. You can triangle jump. You can go low. You can triangle jump to the other side. And you can whiff to the other side. You can whiff in front. Oh, Jeff, there he is. Now when you use a roundhouse knockdown, you don't get access to the other side type mix-ups. You can go low or you can go high. You can medium with a triangle jump high. Oh. Now, like I said, say you're fighting like a Team Row and Cable's second, and you wanna really try to kill the point character without having to use DAC, you can go mix up heavy. But if you have him in a corner, it'd be a good idea to be able to have that infinite downer, because it'll really help you tack on some damage. So normally you don't get a lot of damage from just a short Gene Splice, but if you can do infinite, you can get some good damage. So right there, I messed up, and it was still like Half-Life. That infinite is really good extension to combos, and it makes up for the lack of damage that Gene Splice has. And then, like I said, you get bar, and then you can save the DAC for the second character, preferably Cable. So let me show you another sequence that I came up with Storm Psych. So calling Cyclops on the second short will give you even more. Let me just show you. It'll give you even more time to mix people up, because since he's coming so late, you have more plus frames. That's calling him on a second short. The only problem with calling him on a second short is usually at the normal time that people push block, you'll get push block farther away, as opposed to calling him on the first short, because they usually, by the time people normally push block, they usually push block Cyclops. So calling him on a second short has those benefits. Like, see, I was able to get in there while Psych was still hitting. So on hit, I came up with this setup that I see a lot of Storm Psylocke, well, not a lot of Storm Psylocke, but Storm Psylocke do. So calling him on I'm doing short Psych on a second short, then I'm doing a triangle jump short, and then I get a different type of setup. Something that I still need to practice. Now you see, like, I got a nice hard knockdown and I'm right there. So I have access to a lot of stuff right there. So let me take him off for auto guard. Doodle hands. Okay, so that's a fierce knockdown. I can go high, I can go low, I can go the other side, but it puts me at a huge frame advantage. I can also knock down with the roundhouse. So now the primary setup with that, after the short, I can go for a straight knockdown, or I can go for these mixes. So after I do the triangle jump short, I'm gonna super jump jab and air dash down quickly, so that now I'm not letting the character get fully launched by Cyclops. See that? See how he's gonna fall? Instead of going all the way up there like that. So from there, I can do some quick stuff. I can triangle jump right in front. I can go low. I can go to the other side. I can go to the other side and triangle jump. Still something I'm working on myself to perfect, because hands is doodle. But you can really put your opponent in a nice vortex right there that they have to react too fast, and it doesn't give them too much time to think. So yeah, like I said, it's still something I'm working on heavy, but I think it's really, really good, and it's a good way to play her and not have to rely on the DAC on the first character. So you can use the DAC for the second character if you can master those sequences. And if you know they want to mash, you can just always just straight launch like this. I'll show you. Oh, doodle hands. If you know they're gonna like just mash buttons on that sequence. All right, so let's talk about that tag sequence. All right. You stick dash confirming off a psych assist. I struggle and I get standing fierce a lot. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. After psych, as soon as psych starts hitting, you should let go of the stick. So you're not, and then you can 2-button dash, because sometimes if you block and somebody attacks and you count and you call psych and they get hit, you'll get the standing fierce because you're not free to move yet. You're not free to dash yet. So you should just let it go and then wait. You have enough time to wait. But you can stick dash, and that'll guarantee you don't get the standing fierce. Okay, so making him surf. So after hyper sentinel force, you do a spit and cancel into rocket punch relatively quickly, and then do the super slow so that they're bouncing off the drones a certain way. And this will enable you to get the tag. Okay, I just messed that up. See, all right. So if you see the way Magneto was bouncing, he was surfing on the drones. That's what we call making them surf. So from there, you can tag in Cyclops and do infinite. Whoop. But you gotta grind it out. It's not easy. Damn, missed the tag. And that'll pretty much kill off of 2 bars if you get a Hyper Sentinel Force with Sentinel. You can tag in Storm too. So tagging off the Hyper Sentinel Force is definitely good because you have access to 2 characters that have infinites. One has an infinite mid-screen and one has infinite in the corner. Now, something that I'm also trying to master is being able to kill Sentinel with 3 bars off of DC. Let me see if I get it like this. Let's do it this way. Damn it. Gotta make him surf better. I'm messing that up. Right there, and I just messed up the infinite. But you guys get the gist. And right there, I can actually kill Sentinel in 1 hit with 3 bars. So like I said, this team fully optimized can definitely hang. It's just work. You're not gonna have, easy access to things, and you're not gonna have any like just random benefits unless people have a lack of knowledge. But if you're willing to put the work in and you do master what's necessary, it works. Or you can take the Justin approach and just play conservative, and but his personal attributes allow him to be able to succeed like that. So he has like terrific awareness, just pace control, hit timing. So him allows him to be able to use the team that effectively without being fully optimized with it. So now let me show you guys how Psych Assist affects how he clashes with different assists. Just what's my okay? I was about to say. Okay, so Psych is good for counter calling, not to damage an assist, but counter calling to keep the assist busy so they can't call it back immediately, and to create a situation where it's one-on-one and you don't have to worry about getting hit by an assist and you can just play. So, but he interacts differently with characters. So when they call commando and you call psych, oops, wrong says my fault. This is tough. So he'll hit cap and he'll launch him up there, but the point character, their point character can still move. They'll be free to move because he's clashing with commando on the ground. She can move. What you're seeing right there is she's in proximity, but she can jump. Cable. Oh, gotta be faster than that. So if you call Psych and Cable at the same time, Psych is definitely gonna win because Psych has more info than Cable. But only thing is, the point character is still available to move. If you call Psych and Commando at the same time, Psych will win or they'll pass through, like that. So you want to call Psych like slightly after. It's hard to time him so he beats him clean. So if you call Psych after Cable, you get a nice little instance where Cyclops goes under the Cable assist and he actually locks down a point character. But the problem with that is Cable still keeps you in a decent amount of blocks done. But you can still get to them and it's still your turn. Now calling Psych and Psy at the same time. Psych, I believe, is gonna win because he has a little more info, but it doesn't always work out like that. Like you never get like a frame perfect assist call, so it's tough. See, like if you're a little, it's hard to get it every time, yeah. So, and now if you call it as a counter call, you get that same effect with the Cable where he goes underneath her. Let me go mid screen. Right there, and then you get a turn. So I like that effect right there because then I get a chance to mix them up. So he's basically just taking advantage of the fact that Psylocke comes out so much faster. See, he's not beating her out. She's just coming out so fast where her info's not getting used at the same time Sykes is, and she's already taking to the sky. So you can use that to your advantage. Okay, so Cyclops on point. So you're gonna want to call drones and pretty much zone with pellets. And you know, give him little checks with Optic Blast supers in there. You can run. Remember, you have access to his buttons. I talked about this earlier. He's good with the Typhoon. You can string him up pretty good. Now he mainly opens people up by grabbing them into his assist, so you can forward grab into Typhoon, and you can get a raw super, or you can actually dash up and get a launch too. You gotta be fast. Oops. I think you gotta wave dash. Oh, Commando got a weird hitbox. Let me find out. Okay. It's hard to get the launch up for that one. And then you can go into infinite right there. Or the ever so famous kick grab into drones. And don't forget he has the command grab like I mentioned earlier. Now, good thing about command grab is you can sneak a tag off of it when you shoot him straight up. His Super Arctic Blast is really good for punishing assists, and he's good to get in there, build meter, and stall out, and then get Storm or Sentinel back in the match. You know, so he's not like a pushover. He has an air super. So like this team, you have 2.5 characters. You gotta think of it that way. So you really want to hit the Lava Psych and make sure that you can be fully optimal in them, because if you get a hit, you know, you want to be able to do the infinite. There's some dirt he can do. He has resets like that. You can start on the same side. That launch is pretty good. It has a lot of priority. Team Matrix is a fun team. It's work, but it's fun, and it's rewarding if you're able to execute and, you know, apply things where necessary. It can be frustrating because you're gonna play a lot of people and they're just gonna have natural benefits. They're gonna, you know, do nothing. They're gonna really whore out their assists because you really can't deter them from doing so too much. So it makes you get creative, but I like it because it forces you to have to play really, really well to be able to compete. So you can really use it as a gauge to see how, if you're really getting better or not. I can't think of anything right now specifically that I still need to cover. If anybody has any questions about anything, let me know. You want me to elaborate on some more things, let me know. Sentinel what? Like Sentinel with what assist? Like versus Sent Cat versus Sent Cables at Magneto, what? All right, so yeah, so versus Scent Cap. So it's a bad fight. Sentinel without Cap versus Scent Cap is a bad fight. So you wanna that fight number one with Scent Psych. You gotta try and push him to the corner. You gotta get him to the corner. That's where the fight is even, might be slightly in your favor. You gotta get him to the corner. You do not want to call assist first. Do not call assist first. Let me say this again. Faulty, Rojo, do not call assist first against Scent Cap. You're just gonna get counter called and powed. You have to you gotta step your movement up and try to pressure them with pokes and be at the right places to where they have to call Cap first, and then you can counter call Cyclops on Cap and slowly damage him, or you could just take that as your opportunity to get in there and try to stomp and get some pressure going. But you have to eliminate calling assist first. If you're calling assist first, then you're already going to be at a disadvantage. So don't call assist first. Try and push him to the corner and try to avoid getting hit by Cap. So, you know, just play footsies. Bottom line, Sentinels want to gain the high ground, right? So up when you go to the top of the screen, let me go get Sentinel now. Let me go get Sentinel now. So you're gonna see Sentinels jockeying for position. You know, they're gonna be like this. You know, you gotta play this game. This is something you gotta do. Like, you gotta fly in, fly out, try to bait them to call Cap. You know, poke with shorts and get out of there. Like, try not to commit before they call Cap, because Cap's gonna hit you. So then you're gonna have you want to stay on top of his head so you can react to what he's gonna do. If you're whoever has the high ground has the advantage in a Sentinel fight. So you might see this a lot of times, because that both Sentinels are trying to get the high ground. So now you're up here trying to play some footsies. You know what I mean? It's a grind. Sensei does not win this matchup. It's a grind. But this is why I stated. Thank you so much for the raid, Conspiratorio. But that's why I stated, like, this team is predicated on having the life lead, and that's what you have Storm on point for, so you can obtain a life lead, so you don't have to go in. You don't have to go get him, because if he's gonna lame you out, you know what I mean? Cap is gonna be Scent Cap. He's not gonna do nothing. You know, he's gonna do stuff like that and drop Cap when you're trying to hit him. You know, it's corny. It's corny. So if you have to go get him, you're gonna have to deal with that. But if you don't, if you have a life lead, then you know you can say, you gotta come get me. You know what I mean? Like, and then you can get cheeky on the ground, do stuff like call psych, throw some drones out, counter calls. But either way, you wanna push him to the corner. You get him in the corner, you have an advantage, because you can stay in. Let me show you. Hold on. Get all the way to the corner. You can stay in ranges like this, where Cap's not gonna hit you. And then you can counter call. You can fly in a little bit and counter call Gene Slice. It's crazy. Deceptively, freaking Psych and Cap probably have the same horizontal range. So right here, you're good. Let me get some outfly. So you wanna bait out Cap by doing like one short unfly. Then as soon as you see Cap on the screen, come on the screen, counter call. So you want to get done. You'll get unfly because you'll most likely get hit by Cap. So your goal is to get them in the corner and work on your corner game. And then just stay here and react to what they're gonna do. You can react from this range because you can just fly away from harm's way. If he tries to dash out, you stomp him. If he tries to super jump at you, you can fly away from him, and then he's still his back's still to the wall. Getting hit by Cap Assist will give you unfly because it's getting hit by anything that makes you land on your feet like that. You'll get unfly. See, I'm gonna take it away. See, I don't have unfly. Oh, good, unfly. Pretty much all the anti-airs will give you unfly, with the exception of Salak. She don't give you unfly because she causes a knockdown. So that matchup is not in your favor, but you can make it manageable by having a lead, or just, you know, if you're able to get them to the corner, then you get to really just wear them down. But you want to focus on wear down and chip. Psych, you want to wear down and chip, not so much going for like big damage. You want to wear down and chip and be annoying. Be annoying. Make them have to come to you, which is why the life lead is so important. That's what Team Matrix is about. If you have to make a comeback with Team Matrix, it's rough. It's possible. Don't get me wrong. It's Marvel too. It's possible. And we're not all machines, so we're not always going to play perfect in every situation. And you're going to be able to get away with some stuff. But that's what you're going to want to do. Stop this dude from flying because he's annoying. Any other questions? How do you get rid of doodle hands? Grinding, my friend. Grinding. You get rid of doodle hands by promoting godlike hands. You let godlike hands take the place on a daily. Have I done it? Nope. I got doodle hands too. Uh-oh. Nope, not today. Sheesh.